Shiny Keldeo and Resolute Keldeo are coming to Pokemon Go during the final Justice event, and by the end of this video you'll know everything the event has to offer and the best tips to help you make the most of it. So the event does run from November 25th at 10 AM until the 30th at 8 PM local time. But what exactly does this event have to offer? Well, the final part of the seasonal special research will be unlocked at the start of this event, where you will be able to use 50 Keldeo candy to change your Keldeo's form from the ordinary form into the Resolute form. And when you do this, the Resolute form will learn the charged attack Secret Sword, and more on how good Resolute Keldeo is with Secret Sword later on in the video. And not only will Resolute Keldeo be debuting, but you will also have the opportunity to get Shiny Keldeo for the first time in Pokemon Go. It will, however, unfortunately set you back $8 or your local equivalent if you do want it. Buying the ticket will get you a Masterwork research, which is essentially a special research that takes a long time to complete, but being a special research, it doesn't expire, so you can complete this at your own pace. And at the end of this research, you will be rewarded with Shiny Keldeo. You can also pick up this ticket for the same price on the Pokemon Go web store, but you will get a bonus premium raid pass and a star piece with it as well. And buying it from the web store will also get you more reward points that progress reward road more quickly, and through this you can get extra premium items at no extra cost. For the bonuses during the event, you will be able to receive up to 2 free raid passes from spinning gyms. Now the wording on this isn't super specific, but the way I interpret it is that you will be getting an extra free raid pass every day from spinning a gym. This should be on top of your normal daily free raid pass. And speaking of raids, in 1-star raids during the event will be Machop, Timber and Pancham. In 3-star raids will be Galarian, Farfetch'd, Throw and Sork. In 5-star raids will be Cobalion, Terrakion and Virizion. In Mega raids will be Mega Aerodactyl, Mega Medicham and Mega Garchomp. For the max battles we will have Max Eevee, and we will also be seeing the debut of Max Lugia in 5-star max battles over the weekend on the 29th and the 30th. In the wild during the event will be Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan, Hitmontop, and rarely Hisuian Sneasel and Crabrawler. There will be other wild spawns featuring for this event as well, but they haven't been announced. But it is safe to say that they will most likely be other fighting type Pokemon to go along with the theme of the event. Do note as well, you do have an increased chance of encountering shiny Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan and Hitmontop. In field research you will be able to encounter Galarian Farfetch'd, Hisuian Lilligant, Throw and Sork, and some tasks will reward you with Keldeo candy. There will also be collection challenges rewarding XP, Stardust and a premium battle pass. But with that said, which of the event Pokemon are most worth focusing on? Well, starting with the Hitmons, none of them really have any meta relevance currently, but they are boosted shinies, so now is the time to hunt them whilst they're common spawns in the wild if you haven't got them yet. Likewise, Hisuian Sneasel doesn't have any particular meta relevance at the moment, but it is a perma boosted shiny with shiny rates of 1 in 64. I do also want to quickly mention a potential spoiler about a Pokemon featured in this event, so do skip ahead now to this timestamp if you want to avoid it. So we have seen many new Mega Pokemon coming to the Pokemon universe with Pokemon Legends EA, and the Mega Dimension DLC will be bringing more, and one that has been leaked to be part of this DLC is Mega Crabominable. And Crabrawler will be spawning during this event, and I do think Mega Crabominable does have a good chance of having meta relevance as an ice type attacker in the future, so you might want to try and catch a high IV one or get some candy for this just in case. We do also have Machop available in raids, and if you don't have many decent fighting type attackers, if you are a newer player for example, Machamp is a decent budget fighting type, being the 29th best with counter and dynamic punch. You may also want Machamp for the Catch Cup that will be running alongside this event where it is ranked 43. Timber is also a good option for Conkeldeo, being the 20th best fighting type attacker with counter and dynamic punch. However, Timber is quite a lot rarer than Machop in general, so Machamp is a better budget pick. Pancham is available in raids as well, and Pangoro does see some play in the Great League where it's ranked 110. However, it's not ideal for getting PvP IVs with the 10-10-10 IV floor of raids, so you could either do some mirror trading with low friendship level friends, or just wait for it to be available in the wild. We also have Galarian Farfetch'd available in 3-star raids and in field research, and whilst not particularly meta relevant, there are a couple of reasons why you may want to hunt this Pokemon. Firstly, it is a perma boosted shiny, meaning it does have a 1 in 64 shiny rate, and also the Cantonian Farfetch'd is a regional Pokemon exclusive to South Korea, Taiwan, Japan and Hong Kong. It's not very accessible for the Kanto Pokedex if you need it. However, the Galarian Farfetch'd will actually count for this dex entry if you need it. Likewise, Sork and Throw are available in raids and in field research, and there is a chance you might not have one of these because they are normally region locked Pokemon, so this is a great time to pick them up for the dex. For the 5-star raids we have Cobalion, Terrakion and Virizion returning, and as far as raid attacking goes, Terrakion will be the one to prioritize because it's the 13th best rock type with Smackdown and Rock Slide, and it's the 4th best fighting type with Double Kick and Sacred Sword. On the other hand, all 3 of them do actually have relevance in PvP. Terrakion is ranked 97 in the Master League. Cobalion is more of an Ultra League Pokemon where it's ranked 24, but it does also see some play in the Master League as well where it's ranked 82. And Virizion is actually one of the highest ranking Pokemon in the Ultra League at rank 9, and it's ranked 98 in the Master League. As far as counters go, Terrakion is weak to Fighting, Ground, Steel, Water, Grass, Psychic, and Fairy type attacks. The best counters are going to be Crown Zamazenta, Shadow Mewtwo, Duskmane Necrozma, Crown Zacian, Primal Kyogre, Keldeo, Mega Latios, Primal Groudon, Mega Alakazam, and Shadow Latios. And for budget counters which are generally easier to obtain and to power up, I would recommend Metagross, Hisuian Decidueye, Quaquaval, Primarina, Conkeldeo, and Garchomp. I would recommend 2+ trainers for this raid. For Cobalion, it is weak to Fighting, Ground, and Fire type attacks, therefore the best counters are Mega Lucario, Keldeo, Primal Groudon, Mega Blaziken, Mega Charizard Y, Shadow Groudon, Mega Garchomp, Shadow Heatran, Shadow Chandelure, and Mega Heracross. For budget counters, you could use Lucario, Chandelure, Conkeldeo, Blaziken, Delphox, and Darmanitan. And I would recommend 3+ trainers for this raid. And for Virizion, it is weak to Poison, Fire, Psychic, Ice, Fairy, and double weak to Flying type attacks. Therefore, the best counters are Mega Rayquaza, Shadow Salamence, Shadow Staraptor, Mega Salamence, Enamorus, Yveltal, Mega Pidgeot, Galarian Articuno, and Shadow Ho-Oh. And for budget counters, you could use Staraptor, Salamence, Braviary, Hisuian Braviary, Honchkrow, and Unpheasant. This raid can actually be soloed with the best counters maxed out, but I would recommend a second trainer to make it easier. And for the Mega raids, Mega Medicham doesn't have any meta relevance, but the Fighting and Psychic type combo may have some use for candy boosts. And if you do decide to raid it, it is weak to Flying, Ghost, and Fairy type attacks. Therefore, the best counters are Mega Rayquaza, Dawnwing's Necrozma, Mega Gengar, Rayquaza, Enamorus, Shadow Salamence, Mega Gardevoir, Shadow Chandelure, Mega Salamence, and Shadow Moltres. And for budget counters, I would recommend Salamence, Chandelure, Braviary, Gengar, Staraptor, and Poltegeist. And this raid is actually a pretty easy solo. And for Mega Aerodactyl, it is actually the 5th best Rock type attacker with Rock Throw and Rock Slide. And it is weak to Rock, Steel, Water, Electric, and Ice type attacks. Therefore, the best counters are Crown Zamazenta, Crown Zacian, Duskmane Necrozma, Primal Kyogre, Mega Metagross, White Kyurem, Metagross, Mega Swampert, Shadow Kyogre, and Black Kyurem. And for budget counters, Metagross, Quaquaval, Empoleon, Rhyperior, Primarina, and Greninja. Again, this raid is soloable, but it is a little bit more difficult, so you may need a second trainer. And Mega Garchomp is the 3rd best Dragon type with Dragon Tail and Breaking Swipe, and it's the 2nd best Ground type with Mudshot and Earth Power. And Garchomp itself is also ranked 55 in the Master League. This in particular will be a good one to raid to get some Mega energy for those mighty Garchomp you picked up in Go Wild area. And Mega Garchomp is weak to Dragon, Fairy, and double weak to Ice type attacks. Therefore, the best counters are White Kyurem, Black Kyurem, Mega Rayquaza, Mega Garchomp itself, Mega Gardevoir, Shadow Mamoswine, Eternatus, Shadow Weavile, Shadow Aurorus, and Mega Abomasnow. And for budget counters, you could use Mamoswine, Galarian Darmanitan, Cetitan, Weavile, Glaceon, and Avalugg. And again, this raid is soloable with some of the best counters powered up level 40+. And for all of these raids, I do recommend partying up if you can to use party power because it does make the raid a lot easier. And how good will the Resolute form of Keldeo be in Pokemon Go? Well, there are actually no stat differences between the ordinary and Resolute form of Keldeo, but the main difference is the fact that when changed into the Resolute form, Keldeo will get Secret Sword, which is better than Sacred Sword, so it will make it stronger as a fighting type attacker. In fact, it will be the best non-mega fighting type attacker in the game, second only to Mega Lucario at the top. Now for the max battles, some of Max Eevee's evolutions do actually have relevance. Firstly, Max Jolteon is worth getting as an electric type attacker if you don't have access to G-Max Toxtricity, Max Raikou, or Max Zapdos. Max Espeon will be a strong psychic type attacker just behind Max Alakazam and Max Latios. Max Glaceon is probably the best out of the evolutions currently because it will be the best ice type attacker for max battles. And Max Sylveon is an option for a fairy type attacker, but it is behind both Max Hatterene and Max Gardevoir. And for Max Lugia, it does have a really strong defense and decent HP, so theoretically it could make a good tank for max battles. However, it doesn't have access to a 0.5 second animation fast attack currently, so unless it gets one in the future, it's not really going to have much relevance as a tank because it needs that fast attack to power up the max meter quickly. It is worth picking up at least one though, because you can use it to farm candy by leaving it at power spots, because Lugia is strong in Master League where it's ranked 10. Now for any of these Pokemon that you wish to use, you will need candy and starters to power them up. So how can you maximize candy during this event? Well, there aren't any specific candy bonuses for this event, but for Keldeo in particular, you can get candy from field research, so do keep an eye out for those tasks. Outside of this, you can always use pineapple berries when catching Pokemon, and you can Mega Evolve a Pokemon that shares a type with the Pokemon you're catching to increase the amount of Candy XL, and XP you get per catch. And as this is a fighting type themed event, I would recommend Mega Evolving one of these fighting type Pokemon to get the most candy out of it. And out of these, I would recommend Mega Lucario, especially if you are raiding Cobalion. But if you don't have any of these, then remember Mega Medicham is in raids at the time of this event. And remember to Mega Evolve a Pokemon that is at the max Mega level to get more Candy, XP, and chance for Candy XL. And trading can get you extra candy as well, depending on the distance between the locations where the two Pokemon were caught. And this season, because of the seasonal bonus, you do get an extra candy and a guaranteed Candy XL per trade. And if you do trade on Sundays, you can benefit from trade days, which does offer these bonuses. And do remember that for Cobalion, Terrakion, and Virizion in particular, they do have a raid hour on the 26th at 6 PM. And because of the seasonal bonus, you will be getting a rare Candy XL from each of these raids that you complete during raid hour. And if you are looking to maximize XP, we do have an overlapping event that will really help this out. And this is Scrafty Spotlight Hour on the 25th at 6 PM. And it does feature 2 times catch XP. So a good time to use a lucky egg and catch as many Scraggy as you can. And if you do catch with an excellent throw, you will get over 4,000 XP per catch. Do also remember that Scrafty does have a Mega coming in the future as well. But if you're not interested in Scraggy and Scrafty, then you could also use a Meltan Mystery Box or a Gimmighoul coin bag to catch those Pokemon and get the XP as well. And it's also worth noting that the seasonal bonus does get you increased XP for increasing friendship levels. And if you do get to rank 25 in the November Go Pass, you do get all of these gift bonuses, which will help you interact with more friends more often. So you have more chance to increase friendship. With the seasonal bonus, getting to best friends with a lucky egg active will get you 300,000 XP per best friend. So really a great way to get XP. And if you are looking to eventually level up to level 80 with this XP, you do also need to get a total of 50 platinum medals. So here are some platinum medals you can work on during this event in particular. So with this being a fighting type focused event, it's a good chance to work on your platinum black belt medal. And if you haven't raided any of the raid bosses from this event, that can help you with your rising star medal. And with the additional free raid pass you'll be getting each day of this event, that can help you with your champion and battle legend medals. And if you are doing extra field research to get Keldeo candy, then that'll help you towards your Pokemon Ranger platinum medal. And with that said, if you did find this video helpful, then I recommend checking out this video on the screen next, and I'll catch you in the next one.